Okay, so I think this is recording now, is it? Oh, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So wrong one. I want streaming about. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. So this is recording. This is back recording now. It is. Okay. So we are done. The passengers are loaded. Everything looks good now. So just get going. So what we do now is we go onto menu. We go onto FS actions. We go onto doors. What I do now is close all the doors, like so. Close that door. Close the cargo doors. GSX usually tells you to close doors, but it didn't now. We have now got a full plane. We are now done. Full fuel, and we are pretty much ready to go. So return to the menu. FMC, back on legs. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so before we disconnect the ground power, we have to start the APU, like so. Give that a minute to start. Before you start the engines, you have to turn these packs off, otherwise you won't be starting engines. You won't be starting anything. Now put that onto APU for now. Leave that on the way it is. Don't just leave that on the way it is. Take it when you first load the plane in, it will be on AUX. Just switch it to that one there, as you can see. Now the APU should be powered up in a second. There we go. The APU should be powered up in a second. Come on. Now you'll get a. Then that will, when there is RC, that will light up. So now I'll just put it on APU power. Both the gens on APU power. Hello. Right. Make sure the fasten seatbelt signs are on, which I forgot to do when the passengers were loaded, but they're on now. Now you'll get another warning. So everything looks good. We are pretty much ready to go now. We're ready to start all engines. Push back. Now make sure you disconnect before you go anywhere. Make sure you do disconnect all of the ground connections. Get rid of the. Oh, you could just Okay, we'll just unset the wheel chocks and it does it for you. Right, okay, we'll do it that way then. Right, okay. I'll just do that. Okay, well I just thought you had to disconnect them all individually, but you don't. So just unset the wheel chocks and it does it all for you. Right. So if you want to push back, you can just use shift. You can use conventional. If you don't have GSX, you can use conventional pushback, which is shift, which is left shift and P. But it's better to use GSX. So you just go prepare for pushback and departure. Just doesn't matter what you select. Any of these will do. They all push you back. They all do the same job. Right. Switch the fuel on the engines, otherwise you won't be going anywhere. I'll just say engine failed. Don't worry about that for now. Say hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Did I turn the packs out? Yes, I did. Hi, George. She's in the bedroom, George. George just woke up. So yeah, make sure you turn the packs out like so. Now it'll ask you in a second what way you want the plane pushed back. Now this is where I always get it wrong. So I want nose left. So hang on, let's have a look. I think I want nose left, nose right, tail left. Yeah, right. I always get this wrong. Right, so this is where you can start your engines. So what you do now, start your engines, is just put it on ground. and you'll see the engine power up. I've got it wrong, haven't I? I always get this wrong on pushback. See, on single player, because I'm doing this offline, it doesn't really matter. If you did this on that sim, then well, it wouldn't, I suppose. Depends which ATC is online at the time. So now you'll see the engines power up. You can probably hear GSX from your microphone, and I've just requested the wrong pushback. There we are. Engine 1 is stabilised in a second. Yeah, and I've just pushed it, and I've just told him to push it back the wrong way because I'm an idiot. It's not to worry. Engine 1 stabilised. Come on, there we are. Now switch it over to number 2. Yeah, I did the wrong way. I should have gone for the other option. Not an issue, not a big issue. Doesn't really matter. It isn't really a big issue because we can just yeah, I've just told him to push back the wrong way, haven't I? It's not a big issue, that, guys. It's not really a problem. I could just go forward and go down that taxiway, the side of the runway. It's not really a big issue. Give me a chance to sort stuff out with the plane anyway. So now both the engines are now stabilised. Okay. Yep, that's cool. We've got a good engine start. We've got a good engine start, so... Right, so when you've got a good engine start, what you do now is just turn the gens on. Turn the generators on. Like so. Turn the packs on while these are disconnected. While these are disconnected, put that on Gen 1 or Gen 2, it doesn't really matter. So now you can turn the APU off if you really wish to. And just turn the sugar, now I've just turned the wrong bloody thing off. Then just turn the APU bleed off. Okay. Now, one thing I forgot to do is they've got an altitude thing here. So make sure you set the altitude thing, which is, yeah, this one here. It will say on auto. So make sure you set the altitude thing to the altitude you're flying at. George, 1 minute. Right, so make sure you set the altitude thing to what? To I'll set it 1,000 feet higher than the altitude I'm going to be flying at. So we're flying at 32,000 feet. So I'll set it to 33 just to be on the safe side, because you can get the odd depressurization issue. I've had it before. So I have been pushed back the wrong way. It doesn't really matter. So what we do is this. So when you're taxiing, before you taxi, make sure you put your taxi lights on, especially at night. We'll put them on full stop, but even more so at night. Even more so at night. So we are now ready to taxi to the runway, which I immediately forgot that it's that way. So right, so I guess right. So actually no, I did get pushed back. I did get pushed back the right. Hi George. I did get pushed back the right way because I'm going to be taking off from this end of the runway. What, George? What? Morning, George. So let's just taxi, like so. I'll be with you in a minute, George. I'm just a little something. What did you say, George? Okay. Sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, I did get pushed back the right way because I'm going to be taking off this end of the runway. So make sure. So let's taxi to that this runway. Like I just say, just have a check while you're taxiing. Make sure everything looks good. Packs are on. Everything looks good now. Yep, that's all good. Need to watch where I'm going. Make sure you turn the seatbelt signs on. I did forget to do that when the passengers were loaded, but I've done it now. Alright, everything looks good now. And then just have a little view around the plane on the outside view just to make sure everything's good. George, Mummy's in the bedroom. Go and see her. I'm gonna go see her. No, George, it's Mummy's. George, I'll be with you in a minute. I'm in the middle of something. Sorry guys, so what I was saying, so let's make sure everything looks good. Like, have a visual check round the outside of you. Have a visual check round the outside of your plane as well. Make sure everything looks good. Which it does. That all looks good to me. Like I say, you can't turn your LNAV on until you're in the sky. It just doesn't. It just will not turn on until you've turned autopilot on. Yeah, look at the Eurowings planes. Wow, there's quite a lot. So just taxi to the runway. Quite a long runway this actually. You might be able to get. Can I get to the end of that way? No, I might have to taxi down. Oh, I can. So there's a taxi right. So. Taxiway there I can get through. There's a gap there I think. Because Palmer's not really an airport I fly to that often. I just flew there last night. This was the last flight I did last night, so I just left the plane here overnight. That's what you do now. So basically you can do this any view really. That's the wing view. The wing view looks good. Before you go on the runway, make sure there's nothing about to land on it, which I think we might be alright. I think all the planes are actually still. I think all the pilots are still in bed actually. So before you go on the runway, just have a visual check, make sure there's nothing about. That's good. That's going to land on it. I'm taking off on the wrong runway I put in the FMC, but it's not a problem. It's a short runway this one actually. Yeah, I'm actually going to go down. I'm actually going to go to that runway, the divisional one we're going to take off on, because that's actually quite a short runway, that one. Might have an issue taking off on that one. Like I say, just taxi. Sorry guys, George just woke up as well. Typical, isn't it? So, George is on the steps. What do you want, George? What's wrong? No, you're not having the iPad now. I'm in middle of doing something. Not at the moment. So, like I was saying, just taxi to the runway like I'm doing. Scenery. I've actually got a scenery pack for this. This is just the default scenery on P3D. But yeah, people say the scenery looks better on X-Plane. Yeah, I do. I mean, I've got X-Plane. I don't use X-Plane now. I used to fly an X-Plane until Lee, aka Welsh Wizard, introduced me to P3D. Then I was like, bye bye X-Plane. You know. That's what I was basically like. Bye bye X-Plane. P3D is just P3D is a lot of them better. I mean, they're both good in their own way, I suppose. But I'm a big P3D fan more than anything. Now, I used to be an X-Plane fan, but I'm a P3D fan now. Oh, you gotta go see Mummy, good boy. So before you go on the runway, just make sure that there's nothing about to land on it or anything. Have a visual check round. I think we're good. Like I say, I think, oops, and I'm going to hit the taxi side. Like I say, I think all the pilots are still in bed, so we don't really need to worry. Yeah, George, just go and see you. You don't need to ask. Like I say, just have another check before you actually go on the runway. Have a stop before it, like that. Have another check before you actually go on it. Make sure there's nothing on it. Don't think there's planes becoming active at the moment. No, they're all. I think, like I said, I think all the pilots are all still in bed. Right, so I think we're good. Bye, George. So I think we're good. Spies are still dusk here actually, because it's light outside in the UK. Parma's an hour ahead. It should be 7:15 in Parma. Okay, so here we go. Takeoff time. This one's easy as anything, really. Just gonna have a sip of my tea before I do this. Right, so just rev the plane a bit. Yeah, just go like that. The engines like that. 750. Now put them to full. Don't rev them to full first off though, because it's not a good idea. You can have engine failures if you do that crap. Don't be doing that. See how quick the Boeing sets off. I mean, the Airbus is the same. The Airbus sets off quicker, so the Boeings do climb a lot quicker, I must admit. Yeah, we're at 150 knots. Is our takeoff speed already? We're not even at the end of the run. Look at how big this runway is. Wow. And we are airborne. Oh, hello, lag. That's P3D. So when you get the positive rate of climb, just put your gear up. Control it manually for a second till you're satisfied it's climbing itself, which it is. I always control it manually first off till I'm satisfied it's climbing, which it is. Okay, then I'll just put my autopilot on. Then put your LNAV and your VNAV on, like so. And the plane will just basically fly on its own now. Put your turn your auto brake off. When you get to about 3,000 feet, put your flaps up. Which is about now. Come on, plane. We have got speed restrictions here as well, which doesn't. Right, there we go. Now put your flaps up. Let's press F6. F7 puts your flaps down. F6 retracts them. So retract your flaps. And preferably quick plane before we hit this mountain that's about to come. Here we go. Now, if you're satisfied that the auto throttle alarm's working, which it is, you can just retract your throttle and the plane will just basically fly. Now, so all you do now is just leave the plane to fly itself. So you basically do, well, not leave it, but also keep your eye on it. There we are. It's as simple as that, guys. It's not that hard, really, is it? If you think about it, it isn't that hard. But, you know, it took me a while to get into it, but I am pretty much into it now. This Parma. This is where I ended last night. I flew here last night actually. So I ended last night. Lovely place to land at actually, I must admit. It really is. Now, you can put your landing lights on. Hello? Why the hell has the landing gear come down? Stop, what are you doing? Stop, no. I retracted that. Anyway, so just turn your taxi lights out now. You can put these on. I forgot to put these on. I did forget to put the landing lights on. Make sure you set your pressure. So I didn't really tell you about the pressure. So when you get to about 8,000 feet, a bit late putting the landing lights on now, but oh well. Put your pressure on standard now when you get to about 7,000, 8,000 feet. I should have put the landing lights on before taking them off. I don't know why I put them on then, but never mind. And just retract these. Let's have a little look, mate, and just have a look at your instruments, make sure everything looks good, which it does to me. And it's following the flight plan as well. I was set for it, perfect. Now, if you want to, you can switch your dome out now. I mean, whoops, hello, a bit windy here. That's clear. It's a bit windy, but it's still a bit clear. So yeah, so now just leave the plane to do what it does. It will just fly the path. It will just fly the pathway. I'll just show you the wing view because this is a lovely island, Palmer. This is the last flight I did last night. Well, I went to bed early last night. I started this at 5:30 last night. The flight down here, and I left the plane here last night. Now we are going back to Liverpool, which is weird. There is, guys, just plane will just fly on its own now, just leave it to it. Basically. This is offline I'm doing this. If you're on VATSIM you will need to speak to VATSIM, but you can, if you are going to leave your keyboard and you are going to use VATSIM, then you just say to them, I need to step away from my cockpit for such and such, and they'll say no. They'll let you. You can't always be in your cockpit all the time, or your flight deck, whatever you call it. I always call it cockpit. People call it flight decks. It's up to you what you want to call it, really. And that's it. And just yeah. So I hope these two videos were. I'll end on the wing view. Why not? Before I say it, before I start talking, I hope these two videos were beneficial for you. I had to learn off Lee. First off, AK Welsh was the basics, and then I did have a look on Google as well. A lot of videos on Google helped me out as well with this. And you can also, with this plane, I can't show it now because we're nowhere near where we need to be. But you can also make this plane auto land as well, which I don't auto land. I'd rather land it manually. I like landing it manually, but you can make them auto land. Oh, obviously if you've done P3D flight, FSX X-plane, you know what I'm on about. You'll know what I'm about to say now. I mean, I do let it go on the glide slope, but when I get to the final approach, I just knock the autopilot off and take over myself. It's more fun when you land it yourself, really. It's a bit windy. The plane's messing about at the moment. What it's doing. That's alright now. It's good. So the plane will just fly on its own now, basically. The Airbuses are pretty much the similar-ish setup, but the only thing is with the Airbus is, especially the Airsoft one, is you have a co-pilot with you, which switches the lights on, blah blah blah. But on the PMDG planes, you've got to do it all. You've got to do it all yourself. You've got to be a pilot, a first officer, all together. You've got to do it all yourself, which is fun. Makes it all fun. So like I say, I hope this was beneficial for you. I don't know if it was or wasn't. Have anything flying, or are they all still on the ground? No, I think everything's still on the ground. That's what I've just taken off from. Look. Oh no, it's not actually. Yes, it is. Yes, of course it is. So everything's all still on the ground. Oh, look at this. This is just lovely, isn't it? Bye bye, Palmer. I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Well, I know I'll see you again soon. So yeah, so I hope this was all beneficial to you guys, because I'm going to go now, because this video is getting probably very long. And I'll see you again soon, guys. Thank you so much. And I will hopefully be streaming tonight. Well, no, hopefully about it. I will be streaming tonight. It won't be flying, it'll be ATS or ETS. Either or, but we'll just have to see which one I do. Or I might even do, I don't know, I will see. I probably won't do some flying. I mean, I don't stream flying now, I just fly without streaming. See the wing flex on the plane there? How cool is that? Look at that. How cool is that? I hope it picked it up. Yeah, it did. Sweet, yeah, it did. Alright then guys, take care. I'll see you all tonight when I stream. Bye guys.